This is Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Megatron. The figure is part of the first wave of Voyager class figures for the Dark of the Moon toy line. Not going to show the packaging. It's exactly the same as Optimus Prime with just a different artwork, obviously. I will give a little bit of a discussion on the very much improved instruction manual that Hasbro has come up with for their new Dark of the Moon toy line. They actually show photography, which they've taken, I guess they've taken a cue from the, they've learned something from Takara, I suppose. So it's very cool, very nice, very easy to follow. A couple of complaints about the instruction manual. I'm not going to kill it, don't worry. It's okay. It's just they don't show you the actual pegs, that they don't give specific instructions for the pegs to peg into which peg hole and whatnot. The front shows robot to alt mode, the back shows alt mode to robot mode, and it's really a shame because it's such wonderfully done and they don't show the which peg pegs into which one. They've done that with the Skyhammer instruction manual, which is very nice. I really like that instruction manual, which I will show in my next review. So that's that. And also, one more thing, I forgot something. The portion on the do-rag or the cloak, they don't exactly show you how to put, well, they show you how to put on the alt mode, but for the robot mode, they just tell you to remove it or do that, just attach it to him. They don't actually tell you that there are some stuff you have to peg in and how to assemble it, which we'll show you a little later. So that's that. But other than that, it's a good improvement, so way to go, Hasbro. Okay, so here is the figure. Not a lot to see. Wasn't too sure about this figure, and I was really right. It is to say the least, a little bit disappointing, and it's a great addition to your collection, but it's not as impressive as a lot of people make it out to be. And I personally thought it wasn't going to be much, and I was right. At least this is my opinion. I do apologize for all Megatron fans out there, but I'm not very impressed with this figure. So let's get rid of the cloak. The cloak just hangs on him. The instructions does not say that there is a peg. The cloak has a square rectangular peg that you peg onto the. There's a shoulder right there. I suppose you can no, you can't. You can only peg it there. You can peg it here, but it's not going to make any sense. So that's that. There's his head. It's very small. It's battle damaged to some extent, and I think it's a carryover from Revenge of the Fallen. I don't know, or it does happen in Dark of the Moon, but it's battle damaged. But all his limbs are in place. Exact same arms, legs, no battle damage there. So, onto the cloak. The cloak has two pieces. This one, the head piece, pegs into the shoulder piece. I'm not entirely sure why only one shoulder has the cloak. Could it be also as well a carryover from his damage in Revenge of the Fallen? I'm not sure. We'll just have to find out. Transform the cloak. You just put it in like that, and it's ready for truck mode. So we'll keep it there for now. Okay, he comes with a mech tech weapon, which is really a gun, I think, sort of a gun. It has wheels because it is part of the oil tank on the tanker truck that he transforms into. Yep, Megatron is now a truck, and Michael Bay seems to think he's a neat monster truck. He's like make a neat monster truck. But anyway, for the Voyager class, I know there are limitations, but I think if you've seen a lot of my reviews on Transformers that have weapons that form part of the alt mode, like Animated Blur and others, I personally think this is a cop-out on the designer's part. I do apologize. I know you guys worked very hard to bring us these toys, but I think it's a cop-out. I don't think it impresses a lot if you have the part of the tank, part of the alt mode becoming a gun. So the gun works this way. You push on the ladder, and it sort of becomes an extended gun/claw. I think this gun is confused. You can lock it into position by twisting it. It's a gun in this angle, but in this angle, it's a claw. So it just does not work for me. Yeah. So that's that. There's a peg right here. It folds down. You can peg it in the various MechTech holes. There's one here, which we'll show later. And yeah, everywhere, I suppose. Okay, articulation. He's got a ball-jointed neck. Oh, that's one thing going good for him. He's got a very nice ball-jointed neck, which you can have him pose in very dramatic poses. Arms go in and out, forward and backward. They have a bicep swivel, double hinged elbow, wrist swivel because of transformation. He's got an upper waist swivel, ball hinged hips, ball hinged knees, and no ankle articulation. So it's pretty small. Just to give you a size comparison, I have the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Megatron, and clearly between the two, this guy is the better figure. And I have this strong inkling feeling that Hasbro has peaked too early with the Revenge of the Fallen and Hunt for the Decepticons line, that they are, how should I say this? They are scraping the barrel for ideas for the Dark of the Moon toy line, and they are desperately trying to wow us with new molds. Some of the molds look promising, which we'll see later on, but for the Megatron figure, I think this one is needed to be thought about some more. But anyway, I think you guys did a good job with the line, and yeah. All right, we'll leave it at that. So, not as impressive as I thought, but a good addition to your Dark of the Moon collection. Transform him. What you want to do is go ahead and straighten him out. Very easy, very straightforward. Parents, if you have kids, you give this Megatron figure to. You might want to pay attention. Some stuff you need to follow the steps carefully, otherwise you'll just end up with a lot of broken Megatron pieces. Go ahead and open. Fold the bumpers together. Pop this out. Fold the head. Pop this one. Oh, just keep it like that for now. This one we keep this way. Rotate the waist. Rotate the feet. Fold. Oh, I forgot to fold these things inward. Sorry, my bad. They do fold in. Pop them out. Light piping. Yet again, I forgot. Okay, that's as good as it gets. Okay. All right. And then the arms. Like that, like that. Collapse. Like this. And form the front part of the truck. And here is the peg of doom for this figure. It is impossible. It is easy to put in, impossible to split up. So parents, I'd pay attention to that peg. So there, that's the front part of the truck. Go ahead and just fold the arms. Oh, hands, sorry. Then fold the arms. Like that. Like that. All right. And we're halfway done. Back of the truck. Fold down the crotch piece like that. Raise the hips up like that. You can go ahead and join the legs with these panels. All right. Unpeg the wheels. Fold up the feet. Come on. Raise the tanker, the half of the oil tank. Go ahead and join them together. Join the feet together. Okay, and just join these bits together. And that is just the main body part. And if you remember, our good old cop-out gun just slides in nicely like that. Doesn't stay as well, but it's there. All right, and that is Dark of the Moon Voyager class Megatron's alt mode. If you want the tarp, it just sits like that. It doesn't peg onto anything. Come on. Okay, it just sits like that. You can do without it or with it, doesn't matter. So, very cool, very interesting monster truck that Michael Bay has envisioned for Megatron. It's pretty small. If you thought the Dark of the Moon Voyager class Optimus Prime was small, excuse me, just knock down Megatron. Okay, check it out. He's a lot bigger in scale with this Megatron. Clearly, it's like a scale higher. And yeah, so this, I actually think that you're probably getting your money's worth more with this figure than this figure. Pardon me for all you Megatron fans, but I really think you should buy this one over this one. But I'm sure a lot of you are very interested about how the new look of Megatron. I'm sure a lot of you will be gunning for this figure. So, you know, yeah, I'd like to give you some of my thoughts on the figure. It's great as it is, but it's small. They've also added a sort of a hitch joint like that. Pops this thing out, but no, totally unnecessary. But this is what really impressed me with the alt mode. I didn't expect this, so that's very cool. So you can pose him that way, turning that way. That's very cool. Mech Tech weapon. It will fit on the top of the truck. I like these ports. They're so disguised and they sort of depress. That's very cool. I like it a lot. God, I hate these Mech Tech ports. Okay. Sorry about that. So there, it does work. You can push it. It's like a truck with a gun. Part of the oil tanker on him. Just doesn't make sense. All right. Okay, enough of that. Okay, last thing I'm going to say. In scale, Scout class. Probably in scale with Optimus Prime. Not in scale with Megatron. So, yeah. What will probably be in scale with Megatron is the Legion class, or the Scout, or the Legends class, which is clearly too small for Optimus Prime. So you're talking about small, you talk about small, out of scale. This Megatron is clearly small and out of scale, and yeah, not as impressive as I thought it would be. So anyway, that's just my personal opinion about the figure. I'm not going to full-on recommend this figure. Get it if you like the new look. If you're looking for a Megatron figure, since this is the biggest one I think that's coming, unless Hasbro decides to surprise us with a leader class. I think that would be cool. If they make a leader class of this Megatron, that would be great. But as it is, I think you should wait for it on clearance. So there you go. That's Dark of the Moon, Voyager class, Megatron. I hope this video has been insightful and sort of informative for many of you. Thanks for watching.